So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hello Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things already rolling. And it's Kamada. Oh, such a clever touch. Lovely feet. And he's played it back. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
It's very hard to overlook this guy, Jean-Philippe Mateta, Peter. A player who has a great touch for a big man. He may be old-fashioned, but I like his subtle movements inside the box that allow him to be so effective.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Oh, it's Dembele. Hughes. And here's Pino. Now it's Mateta. It's just beyond his reach. Jeremy Pino. Crystal Palace, without doubt, seeing more of the ball and looking to turn it now into something meaningful. And here's Pino. Hughes. Oh, well played, well played. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor. Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Backward it goes. Johnson. Johnson showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him. Mateta really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Mateta. Hughes. Now that looks a decent ball.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Munoz. And it's Hughes. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Mateta. Now to Corey. And it's Hughes. Hughes. And here's Pino. Oh, that's nice. And here's Mateta. Crystal Palace have reclaimed it. That has been slung wide.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Doué, and he shoots! Superb from Doué! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And France are in front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
France have taken the lead.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been
goes for a shot! And he hits the net! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Kamada was alert to the possibility. Dembele! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Well, that was really good running. The more he moved with it, the more he realised that taking the shot was his only option.
Jeremy Pino. And the pass is intercepted. Dembele makes a dash for it.
There they go, hunting again.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Hughes.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
He's being urged to shoot. Now can he find a finish? And that signals the end of the first period. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go and they head into the break all square. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
Crystal Palace are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. Back on the way then. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Mateta unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Richards. And it's Hughes. Johnson, who's set up one goal so far. And it's Pino. It's Hughes. Has to go back here. And he's undercooked that. Now he's off and running. And here's Mateta. And the shot! And that's a good finish. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Pressure? What pressure? He feels none of it.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
France appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up.
It's Dembele!
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, this looks sharp. Now, this could be a chance.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Kamada charging forward, the ball at his feet. Gives it back. Kamada. Hughes. And here's Johnson. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Pass just lacking in accuracy. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Tries to pass it through. Has a look and plays it forward. Now that's well seen too. Lacroix. Oh, that's well spotted. Munoz. Mbappe! Dealt with nicely by the defence. That is a brilliant interception.
France really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
That is a great pick out. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 10.
So we have movement on both benches.
7, le numéro 25. À leur place, le numéro 9. Le numéro
It's
20.
a little off target.
Le numéro 18.
Now it's Thuram.
Attention.
Spread neatly.
Changement.
Oh, that's fabulous. Elise's cross. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
That was really good pressure. They did enough to put him off in the end.
France with the corner, they're first. Shot, surely! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Munoz is there, and he can get that clear. And it's Zaire Emery.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And he's being shifted off it. Just 5 minutes remaining now. It's run loose here. Zaire Emery. Barcola! Nearly, but not quite.
Barcola certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Foot in. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's managed to get free. And it's hoisted clear. Nicked it back
Il y aura
promptly.
2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. This is a promising build-up. Lerma. And now the breakaway. So that's it. It is all over. Crystal Palace have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. We're up and running then. And the finish! And needless to say, that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
And here's Dembele. Dembele proves just a little bit too strong. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And it's Tchouaméni. That's rather hopeful. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, I think it's going to be hard, Peter, not to pick out the very talented Michael Olise here. We love his creativity and his ability to drift inside.
Mateta! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh no, this does not look good. And he passes it long. And he cuts out the supply. Brennan Johnson. Looking for the run. Well read. And the danger is averted. And it's Pino. Hughes. Kamada. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Well timed, excellent interception. That has been slung wide. He's shifting through the gears here. And a chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. That has been knocked clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Tries to pass it through. And it's hoisted clear. Olise. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. It may be goalless, but it is not without interest.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
He's picked his way through.
Oh, great feat, that.
Plenty to aim at. He's having a shot! And again, he is at his elastic best.
Great stop from the keeper. That was something else. He's definitely coming out on top at the moment.
Tries to get it clear. Decent chance! Goal, France! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
France have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react. Mateta really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Mitchell. Doucouré. That's Pino. Oh, that's superb. Now this could... And a shot! Oh, how's that for a goal? A finish of true class! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because He didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Crystal Palace restore parity.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited for me. Now they can go one better, possibly.
And the shot! And that has fair fizzed. That has been cut short. And it's Munoz. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Kamada. He won't be happy with that one. And the counter is on. Now it's Olise. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chance! And he's done it! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips the...
And that brings the first half to a close. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They want a good start to the second half.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. And so the action is resumed.
Crystal Palace really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Now it's Mateta, and it's Mitchell. Mateta. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now that's well seen too. Munoz. Brennan Johnson. And it's Doucouré. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And here's Johnson. Pino. Koundé deals with that comfortably. Dembele. And it's Hughes. Crystal Palace have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to...
Shoots! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on. Oh, what a mistake! Hangs in across. Kamada! And that's in! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
Crystal Palace dragged themselves back again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Mitchell, Kamada, Doucouré.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Hughes, looking to play him in. Hernandez, Conte.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Mateta. And it's Kamada. And it's been played through. Mbappe. And here's Johnson. Distributed tidily. Plays it across. It's been shipped out wide. Hughes with the foul. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Now, can they get him away? Henderson gets it clear. Doué. Oh, it's Dembele.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Johnson. Well read, nice interception. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Mateta. Now there's a fine ball. And he shoots! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 24.
Two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Attention, changement.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. France have the chance to go the other way. Nicely weighted ball.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Sarr. Now it's Hughes. Oh, super shot at goal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
France are looking to go forward now.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
And here's Mateta. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Johnson touches it back. And here's Mateta. Mbappe. Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
Well, no winner after 90 minutes, another 30 minutes, hopefully to make a difference.
Nous rappelons à l'intention de nos spectateurs qu'ils sont tenus de boire avec modération. Toute personne au comportement visiblement étrange ou inapproprié sera exclue du stade. Merci. Changement pour la France. Le numéro 25.
Into extra time we go.
Le numéro 14. Changement en cours.
And it's Dembele. It's a good run, this, one that is high in energy. And that was nowhere near his best. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Ducouré. For Lerma. He's in a good position here. That has not gone well. Ducouré. Wharton. Now it's Johnson. Little pass back. Looking for options for movement. Great chance! Another one of football's and how moments.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro
Well,
10.
height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Le numéro 9. Changement.
Played in. Crystal Palace can try it again now. Corner number 4 coming up here. And a shot! Oh, wow, that's crazy! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. And it's Wharton. Very nicely done. And here's Mateta. Played out to the left flank. Rabiot did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. So that was it, the first period of extra time. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy. The teams then separated by just one significant moment. How telling will that be? The next 15 minutes will decide.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 11. Pour le remplacer.
And we're off for the final time. Well, this really has been an epic encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there. How much more can the players give? Lerma. It's a really well-measured ball. And the counter-attack is on for France. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Mateta. He's looking wide. And he was quick to react. Rabiot. That pass has been well intercepted. Sarr. Koundé. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Oh, that's a key interception. Lerma. Crystal Palace, moments now away from seeing this one out. Wharton.
Crystal Palace really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And here's Mateta. Hoisted in, and a header! Well taken goal. 2 up now, and they are cruising. He watched it all the way. And we're done. Crystal Palace have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find...